Here's the market on a somewhat normal period, normal morning. You can see it's not as crazy and chaotic as it was a few days ago. Now, I don't know all the intricacies of the Lunar New Year, just a few things. Some things that my wife has told me recently was new information, and it still doesn't cover everything, but today is February 9th. Now, apparently, we're still in the midst of Lunar New Year. Today is the last day of worship. And then after today, you know, it's generally over. Yeah, if you reverse a truck here, you know it. They all have these distinct sounds. Some of them, when they reverse, they actually have the sound of our ice cream trucks in America. It's bizarre. But it's a calm morning. Just your general market busyness. You know, the thoroughfare's open. You know, nothing. You can get around now. This is the new pavilion, and then these are some new areas where they can have shops and stuff. They haven't quite gotten it open yet. Now you can see a garbage truck, many bins. They do collect the garbage here, and they do a halfway decent job in bulk. But one of the problems is if you look at this metal grate right here, there's several pieces of trash. And that's because the Vietnamese people, some of them, are too lazy to go over and put it in the damn garbage bin. There's still a big litter problem here. But, you know, that they have garbage men and garbage trucks is good. It's a start. But they really need to put some serious littering laws in place and just generally change the whole culture here and just get these people to understand that littering is wrong and you don't do it or you will be fined heavily. Seems that the most effective thing here in terms of getting the not supremely educated society here to understand and grasp something is to just find the living shit out of them. You know, you drop a piece of litter on the ground, it's a 5 million dong fine, that'll nip it right in the bud. So maybe that will eventually happen. I don't even know if it's possible, but I digress. Getting back to the Lunar New Year, now apparently it can be celebrated by some of the local people for months. And I mean, you know, like months, you know. It's such a big deal here that people will, like, you know, just generally celebrate the Lunar New Year for 8 to 12 weeks. It's a euphoria that carries over for that long in some respects, which is fine. You know, it's their culture, it's their society. If that's what they've been doing for thousands of years, well, I'm certainly not going to be able to change that. I don't see anything wrong with it, really. And then there's this residual business that they stock up on so many things to sell during that period. You know, that period that goes, I mean, they start prepping and people start getting ready for Lunar New Year, which was February 1 of 2022. They start prepping for it like 2 or 3 months before. So in November, they were starting to prep for it. And then they buy a bunch of, they just sell so much. It's a commerce opportunity. If you look back here, it's kind of dark, but there's still tons of paper clothes, and then extra, like here, there are this couple of toy shops. They buy like just a gazillion toys, and there's one here also. Because the eggs are as precious as gold here, the children. And so what they'll do is they'll just buy a gazillion toys, because a lot of toys get sold for the children during Lunar New Year. And so there's this leftover stock, and that needs to be sold and dissipated, so it'll be another several weeks before they can clear this out. Clothing is another thing. Just huge amount of clothes are stocked for sale, and it'll take some time to get all that sold. Whatever is unsold gets stored for next Lunar New Year. Next year it'll be all brought back out again. But we have another beautiful day, beautiful weather. This is the last couple of months. The weather has just been glorious. I'll say this briefly. I looked at Anthony Bourdain's visit to Vietnam, his second visit on his his travel show or whatever, and he said something that really hit home during the show. He said, as he's driving his motorbike through the streets of Hanoi or various places in Vietnam, he said, you see 1,000 different things, you hear 1,000 different sounds, conversations, little pieces of conversation, little visuals of people doing things, and the activity that goes on in Vietnam. And it's one of the things I really love, is that you can turn around in a circle like I'm doing now, and you can see 100 different things going on at one time in the lives of the Vietnamese people. I'm more attuned to it here than I was back home in America, because America's such a shit show. Well, my wife is back from doing her little shopping, so it's time to close it out for now. But yeah, things have calmed down. They're kind of getting back to normal. And so we're here now at the market this morning on February 9th. And it's awesome. It's awesome. Another thing I'll say real quick is what's kind of weird is, speaking of these thousands of conversations that take place, particularly here in the market area, people talking, buying, asking prices, asking for things, asking if, do you have this, do you have that, how much is this, where can I get that? I mean, just walking around, greeting each other, having little conversations about God knows what, because I don't understand a word of it. And that's really weird, because I have no idea what these people are talking about or what they're saying to each other. And it's not something that I'm wary of day in and day out. It just blows right through me. But one day it would be nice to be able to speak Vietnamese. We'll see how that goes. All right, have a good day.